Dokkan is approaching 7 years of age, and in all of that time we have received countless ways to farm up free to play Dragon Stones, especially in the last year. So in this video I wanted to bring everything together for you and show you quite literally every single way to farm up Dragon Stones as of January of 2022. Now this video is more beginner friendly than anything, but I will say that sometimes I even forget about certain things because sometimes Dokkan has a lot going on. So even if you're more experienced, you still may find value in this video. You may find things that you're probably forgetting about. Now I like to start out my videos with a very quick subscriber challenge, so I need you to be very honest with me very quickly here, okay? If you think Bulma is more of a waifu than Chi-Chi, I'm not gonna judge, but you got caught simping for Bulma, so you gotta subscribe to the channel right now. It's very, very simple. Now, I'm more of a Chi-Chi man, so if you are too, I'll let you skip the subscriber challenge today. Don't worry about it, all right? I will catch you lacking in the next one, though. I mean, listen, Bulma has money, but can she cook, though? I don't really know about all that. Let's hop straight into this video, starting off with the quest mode, which is basically Dokkan story mode, right? Now, the way it works here is that there's literally 27 different areas when it comes to the quest mode. Each area has a certain amount of stages, and each stage has a certain amount of difficulties. All right, so basically you just complete all of these stages and these difficulties and you earn Dragon Stones. And honestly, I even forgot about this, but the last stage in every single area gives you 2 Dragon Stones as long as you've completed every single difficulty before that. So for example, to get 2 Dragon Stones in the normal difficulty of the last stage, you need to complete the normal difficulty in every other stage as well. Once you complete all of that, then you do get 2 Dragon Stones per clear at the end. So again, after clearing all of this, every single area and every single stage, I do believe there's more than 600 Dragon Stones for you to claim in this. Again, I'm not going to do a whole Dragon Stone counter, but there's literally thousands of stones available. All right, and again, when it comes to quest mode, I think there's about a little bit over 600 Dragon Stones. I just want to get this one out the way real quick because, again, this is just the quest mode. Now, in terms of Dokkan, you do find this if you just click start, and then boom, you guys can see on the top left, it just says quest mode right there. Now we're going to hop into the event tab and basically everything else into this game. So let's just hop straight into it right now. First things first, we do have our weekly events, okay? Again, there's so many events in this game. When it comes to weekly events, these ones down here don't really exist anymore. But so just don't worry about that. But in terms of these orb events, if you haven't done these yet, even like sorry, but these orb events, like, they don't give a crazy amount of orbs. They definitely do count up, or they do add up overall, but don't miss out on grinding the stage just because it doesn't give a lot of orbs, right? There's still stones for you to complete, or stones for you to obtain just from these events. It's just very, very simple. When it comes to bonus events, you find this in the growth tab of the events. Every single one of these events have Dragon Stones available for you, and some of them even have missions for you to complete to get even more Dragon Stones and more rewards. So the thing is with Dokkan is that Dokkan has a bunch of events in game. Every single event in one way or another is going to give you a Dragon Stone. Some ways do differ. That's why I'm going to explain it to you all in this video. But again, it's like you complete something in Dokkan, more than likely you're going to get a Dragon Stone, right? So when it comes to story events, the story events are basically a really great way for you to farm up free-to-play characters. But basically guys, I'm still going over my sickness, so I apologize about me coughing, but basically every single story event here is giving you Dragon Stones. I'm talking about a ton of Dragon Stones. Some events have like 10 stages, 2 difficulties per stage. That's like 20 Dragon Stones just from one story event, and these are not difficult to complete at all. Same thing with the quest mode. It's not difficult to complete at all. There's literally a free-to-play Ginyu Force team that if you grind them up, you can beat basically all of this stuff. It's really not that difficult. But when it comes again to these story mode stages, you want to grind up all of these free-to-play characters. You want to grind up all of the stones that each one of these offer you, okay? If you're someone who just doesn't complete certain missions or certain difficulties, you're literally playing yourself because you're losing access to stones that you could be using basically could be grinding, and that could eventually lead you to pulling a unit that you want. So if these events are available, it's literally up. Look at all these events, dude. It's literally up to you to grind up these Dragon Stones. We're slowly moving on to more difficult stuff, though. So we have Dragon Ball story events. I mean, these are actually only available on JP, but if you're on JP, these are also available to you. Then we have these strike events. These are just, you know, the OG free-to-play events, but these also have Dragon Stones and submissions for you to obtain as well. Then we have the Dokkan events, okay? So these are basically ways that you awaken the Dokkan Festival exclusive characters in this game. Now, these don't really have that many stages. It's usually just 1 stage or 2 stages, especially for the newer events. But if once you clear it, you do get 1 Dragon Stone per clear. So again, it's still worth getting it done. There are so many Dokkan events in this game. So again, you farm up the free-to-play Guinea Force team, you EZA them, and you're going to go ahead and just obtain a lot of stones just from grinding up basically everything in this game. Then we're going to move on to special events. Okay. I mean, special events, again, these is basically where you grind up the free-to-play Bardock team and the free-to-play... Where's the free-to-play Ginyu team? Right here, free-to-play Ginyu team. These events come back every so often, but when they are available, it's definitely up to you to get this done. These events actually are discontinued. Actually, no. These 2 are discontinued. They won't ever return again. I haven't seen this Bulma event in a very long time. But besides that, these events are constantly rotating in and out. It's really up to you, again, to get all this stuff done. Then we move on to limited time events. Now, this is where things start to change up a little bit. So, when it comes to Pett Battle is something they introduced quite recently, actually, where it's like a mini Dokkan mode. It's like an arcade mode, right? Where you collect like the miniature versions of current Dokkan characters or cards or whatever, and then you fight against other like characters in the game or in the mode, and then you obtain like actual you obtain the cards. There's like a certain amount of cards to obtain, and then you get missions by clearing or by beating a certain amount of characters, by obtaining a certain amount of cards. It's really not that like difficult. Like it's a mini arcade mode, but there are stones here for you to grind. Every single time a new set comes out, there's 10 stones to get right here in terms of obtaining all the characters from that specific series, and then there's also a stone for defeating an enemy. If you guys want like an in-depth guide, there's like, you know, current in-depth guides for Pett Battle. I'm not here to break down every single mode, but I'm just going to go ahead and quickly go over each one and just explain to you basically how it works and how you actually get the Dragon Stone. So yeah. Then we have Explosive Chain Battle, which is everyone's favorite mode. I mean, this one definitely depends heavily on your friend list. So if you want to complete this to the best of your ability, you definitely want some whale friends, or, you know, friends that have a lot of characters. You could, you know, hop on like Reddit or something and just ask people for help or whatever. But there are stones for you to obtain from this event. You just want to do a lot of damage as much as possible. Again, I'm not going to break down how to actually complete this mode, but there's, again, when it comes to Explosive Chain Battle, the more damage you do, the more rewards you get, and the more stones you actually obtain as well. Then we move on to Ultimate Clash. Now, Ultimate Clash is not beginner friendly at all. And in terms of getting Dragon Stones, you do want to complete. There's like three levels. Each level has a certain amount of enemies, and I mean, dude, recently, like the one that just came out right now, is pretty freaking difficult to complete. So this is definitely not beginner friendly, but this is something you can work towards eventually, and there are stones available for you. Do not think this mode doesn't have stones. This one, almost every single mode in Dokkan has Dragon Stones for you to obtain. You want to clear a specific amount of stages here, clear level 3 at least once, and then boom, you're going to go ahead and get your Dragon Stones from this event. Then we move on to, again, these events right here are just, you know, you complete it, you get a stone, very easy. Now, when it comes to the hero extermination events, like this event right here is actually really good, especially if you're newer to the game, because it doesn't really require too many limitations. Like, you have to beat with a specific amount of characters, but like, they're not hard bosses anyways. Like, they're very easy to beat, and some stages gives you, instead of just 1 Dragon Stone, it gives you 3 Dragon Stones right, 3 Dragon Stones right here. And then if you keep going down, it says 5 Dragon Stones, and then eventually it gives you 10 Dragon Stones just for clearing 1 simple stage. So, like, again, if you're new to this game, this is definitely a really great place to start out getting Dragon Stones. There's 2 versions of this, so Hero Extermination, Plan Events, and both of them give basically the same amount of Dragon Stones. So please consider doing these if you are, you know, currently new to the game. Then we have the Prime Battle events. Okay, so Prime Battle events in Dokkan. Again, they're just basically free-to-play events. I will show you guys basically how to find all this stuff in Dokkan in a second, but these are basically free-to-play LR events. But again, clearing these literally just give you free-to-play LRs and Dragon Stones. You don't even have to grind up the LR itself. Like, you can literally just grind up the stages and you're good to go. You're gonna get your Dragon Stone. Then we have Z Battle. So when it comes to EZAs, like, I mean, EZAs actually are very lucrative in terms of Dragon Stones. So not only is there just so many EZAs here, but the way it usually works for EZAs is there's 30 stages, right? You have to complete, no, I mean, there's actually unlimited stages kind of, but you have to complete the first 30 to get, or basically complete all of the missions in terms of obtaining all the medals to buff up the current unit that you're trying to EZA, right? And the first 30 stages, it's not unlimited. I think it goes up to like 999 or something like that. But the first 30 stages gives you 1 Dragon Stone per stage, so a total of 30 Dragon Stones. And on top of that, each EZA has a set of missions to complete, which gives you a little extra, anywhere from 3 to 4 Dragon Stones. Okay, so when it comes to like the Dokkan Fest TURs, that's basically how they work. Now, when it comes to LRs, the LRs that have EZAs, you still get 30 Dragon Stones, but it works a little bit differently. Instead of 30 stages, it's only 10. The first 10 give you Dragon Stone, but every single stage gives you a total of 3 instead of 1. So you're still getting 30 Dragon Stones at the end of the day. And then again, there's like a mission to complete to get extra, again, 3 to 4 Dragon Stones per EZA. Now, again, there are some EZAs that actually don't have their own event. So for example, like we have this Kale and Caulifla EZA event. Now, when you first complete it, you EZA the AGO Caulifla and Physical Kale, you get your 30 Dragon Stones. But sometimes they do sub EZAs, which basically means that they're going to go ahead and make you farm up this event again, just to go ahead and EZA a different character. So since you already completed this event, you won't get those stones. But again, you still need these medals to go ahead and EZA a character. And a good example is right here. So if we go to Awakening previews, we can see that this EZA, although it's just AGO Caulifla and Physical Kale, you can also EZA the Physical Kefla from here as well. So when her EZA arrived, you just use these medals. So there's no a separate event. There's no 30 stones for her. Sometimes they do that, but it's one of those things where it is what it is, right? But again, like, dude, these EZAs give over 30 Dragon Stones per EZA, and there's so many EZAs in this game, and they've been releasing so many recently, so it's just so lucrative. And even like the old EZAs are super easy to complete. So like, again, it's so lucrative at the end of the day. And if you go past stage 30, you do get a lot of Zenny as well. So consider that, unless you can't pass stage 30, but if you can and you need some Zenny, go ahead and pass, then you'll also get a little bit of Zenny as well. But again, look at this, dude. I'm scrolling endlessly here. There's so many EZAs. So consider doing these if you haven't already, or at least complete the ones that you can, Then we have challenge events. These basically, starting with, Extreme Z areas, these are basically the EZAs from here, but for free-to-play characters. So they did this, and these don't really give out a lot of stones, unfortunately, but they still buff up your characters. They're still worth doing. They still give you Dragon Stones and even extra for clearing specific missions. So definitely consider doing that. Then we also have these events right here. This is where things start to change up very rapidly. So then we have, let's just start off with the Fighting Legend events, right? So we have Fighting Legend Vegeta. We also have the same thing, Fighting Legend Goku, and the Fighting Legend Goku, but the GT edition, right? And basically, this event here is a long type of, it's a long what's the word? It's a long course event, not course, but there's just a lot of stages here. It takes a while to complete. The way to get Dragon Stones from this, though, is not only to complete the stage, but to beat the event with specific categories. And this is where it can get very difficult, because you need not only a really powerful amount of characters, or powerful characters to beat the event, but you need powerful characters that exist within each of these categories. So it could get very difficult over time. This is not something you're meant to beat, immediately. But over time, you can, again, grab a lot of Dragon Stones. And again, if you're someone who, let's say you're experienced and didn't even know this dropped, there you go. All right. If you have a lot of these characters, go ahead, farm up, beat the stage with these categories, and then you're going to basically be good to go. Again, there's a lot of stones to obtain from this event. And again, it's the same thing with the GT Legendary Goku event and the just regular Goku event. Okay. The regular Legendary Goku event. Then let's move on to Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road. So the way this works, Super Battle Road is like, it's a very difficult event, especially if you're newer to the game. There's a lot of stages, and every single set of stages, every time you beat a specific stage, you do get 1 Dragon Stone for beating it. But you also get, where's the, can I go back to here? Where's it giving me the rewards information here? Give me a scroll down. Here we go. So every single time you beat a specific stage, you do get 1 Dragon Stone for clearing, as well as 5 Dragon Stones as well. Now you can, in the regular Super Battle Road, obtain LRs as well, in terms of just the missions, but we're not really focusing on that right now. But Super Battle Road, again, does give you 5 Dragon Stones per clear per stage, and there's a ton of stages. Same thing with Extreme Super Battle Road, but Extreme Super Battle Road is just a little bit more difficult. Not a little bit. It's actually very, very difficult compared to Super Battle Road. But again, there's a lot of stages in these two events, and a lot of free Dragon Stones from here as well. Again, it's definitely more difficult content to complete compared to like story events and other stuff. But again, I think if you can eventually beat it, there's still stones for you to obtain there. Then we have Collection of Epic Battles. They actually introduced this like a few months ago, and it seems like they're gonna do more than just the Namek Saga. But Namek Saga is currently the only thing that's available, and basically, again, the way to get Dragon Stones from this event is not only to complete the stage, which does give you a Dragon Stone, but to complete it with specific categories that are related to the event itself, right? So if you want to beat the first stage where you have to use Goku, you're going to need to use categories that have, you know, the Frieza basically in it, and vice versa. If you want to defeat Frieza, you're going to need to use a category that have Goku in it. So Goku's part of Planet Namek Saga, Super Saiyans, and Legendary Existence. So basically, again, it's just defeat it with specific categories, and you get your Dragon Stones. Again, it's like a mini SBR, not as difficult, honestly. But it's, again, another way they introduced recently that gives you Dragon Stones. Same thing with the God event here. The God event is actually a pretty difficult event. I think overall its difficulties has decreased since a lot of powerful characters have been coming out recently. But when it comes to these events, you do get a Dragon Stone per clear. These events, these gods are not too easy to beat. But overall, you do get, like I said, in basically all these other events here, 5 Dragon Stones per clear. You also get support memory, but we're not really focusing on that for this video. But again, like 5 Dragon Stones per clear is really good. So overall, when you have 12 stages, 12 times 5 is what, 70 something? That's a lot. That's a lot of Dragon Stones, especially again if you just haven't if you completely forgot about this. That's 70 Dragon Stones in your face. That's free multi right there for you. All right, and that could be the difference of pulling the new character that you want. So yeah. Then we have let's see here, Infinite Dragon Ball History. Now, Infinite Dragon Ball History has over 400. Let me go to my game real quick, right? I'm on low power mode, my bad. So if I go to Infinite Dragon, I can go to the missions here and show you guys that Infinite Dragon Ball History has, what is it like? Let me see here. It is 421 total Dragon Stones for you guys to claim, and it works very similarly here. Where you go ahead and each level has basically it's a long style event where you fight characters all the way up to the 9th stage or sometimes the 8th stage, whatever it may be, and you get Dragon Stones based off of if you've been able to kill everyone. Now, when it comes to the category restrictions, it works a little bit differently because you don't need a full team of a specific category, but you do need at least 3 characters of a specific category. So 3 characters of this category, 3 characters of this category, and then boom, you get all these Dragon Stones. And the categories change depending on which level it is, right? But again, there's, like I just showed you, literally over 400 Dragon Stones for you to obtain in this mode alone. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to find everything in a second, but I just want to go through all this stuff first. Then we have the Punching Bag event. Now, the Punching Bag event is very lucrative, I think, in terms of stones. It gives you, like, a lot of Zen and a bunch of orbs and stuff, but stages 3 and 6 do give you a lot of Dragon Stones, and you do get 89 in total from all the missions. Now, the way to beat this, I'm going to explain it just a little bit here. The way to beat this is you need a nuking character, which is basically someone as a leader skill who can give your, your team a lot of attack. And basically, like, the way that works, just to really quickly show you, if I can go ahead and pull this up here. So a regular leader skill in Dokkan is, category, blah, 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 and it gives that category key, HP, attack, and defense, right? But a nuking leader skill is going to give you a certain type of character, 35% attack per key sphere obtained. So just imagine, right? You hop into this event, and by the way, this event, they don't harm you. It's just you doing damage. So even though this event isn't giving you defense, this leader skill isn't giving you defense, it doesn't matter because you don't need defense here. So imagine you put a full tech team, you're getting 35% attack per orb obtained. If you mix that with like an orb changer, someone who can change orbs on the field to tech, you're going to do a lot of freaking damage, right? And again, if the more damage you do in this event here, the more rewards you get. Basically, just how it works. And then we also have Boss Rush, which I believe to be one of the easiest modes in the game. Again, you farm up the free-to-play Guinea Force team, you easy A them, and you have yourself a lot of Dragon Stones to obtain. Let me actually see. So if I go into Dokkan here, we have, again, as you guys can see, 440 Dragon Stones to obtain from Boss Rush. And again, it's actually very easy. You fight up like regular, Dokkan bosses, but you can't really like instead of fighting just one Dokkan event boss, you end up fighting like multiple at this. I think it's like a total of 5. Some actually, I think stage 2 has like the ridiculous event where you fight like 30 like look at this, so many enemies on this event. But again, these are very easy to beat. Like if you have like any really good team now, they're gonna wipe through all these events or all these bosses with minimal difficulty. So don't even worry about that. Again, a lot of ways to farm up Dragon Stones in this. There's also speed battle here, but I mean it's just whatever. But yeah, that's kind of like basically it. I mean, this is also available. These come back. I don't even remember the last time this came around. Global's getting this very, very soon. Again, just extra ways to get Dragon Stones. But that's basically it, guys. Like in terms of getting Dragon Stones, like all of these events, every single one of these events here, as long as you clear them, are going to give you your Dragon Stones. Now, the way to find all of this stuff, you know, in game, like I showed you when it comes to quest mode, you want to click start and go to quest to the top left right there, and you literally have like every single area right here, and every single area has a certain amount of stages. You complete each difficulty, and boom, you're good to go. Okay. Now, when it comes to the events, in the story section, you do have access to story events. Not every single story event is available at once, so you have to make sure that when it does come back, you have to complete it like immediately. When it comes to the growth events, you have your limited time event here. You also have what's it called? Just other events that can help you grind free to play characters like this one right here, or basically get skill orbs or whatever the case may be. Just it doesn't really matter. Just grind up these events as long as you're completing all the missions and all the stages to get your Dragon Stones. When it comes to challenge events, this is where you have your like legendary Vegeta event, legendary Goku event, Infinite Dragon Ball History, Super Battle Road, all the Dokkan events, collection of epic battles, the God of Destruction event. Literally, just all the difficult events here are found in the challenge section of Dokkan right here. And then we have the Z Battle, which is basically all of the easy A's in the game, like I showed you before. 30 plus Dragon Stone per easy that you complete, and every single time you go past a specific amount, you go past 30, then you do get extra Zeri as well. Now, in terms of finding stuff like Ultimate Clash, you find again, you click start right here. Ultimate Clash has its own section right here. Then you also have something like Chain Battle right here, and then you also have Pett Battle on the bottom right here. Now, there is also World Tournament. World Tournament is just another mode that, again, you can grind up Dragon Stones. It's just it's like one of the dumbest modes in the game, honestly. I don't think anyone should be spending their time doing that, even though I placed very high recently. So we're just gonna skip that unless you really want to grind it. Then you can just check the missions. But like again, it's not really that difficult. Now, if you feel like you've grinded up basically everything in this game, I would highly recommend you just click missions really quick. So missions is again just found on the right hand side of your screen right here. You click on missions, and what happens is you can go to event and just see what you haven't completed yet. If the little box here isn't grayed out like the ones down here, you guys can see how it says success, right? Success. It means I've completed all of these already. But the ones that don't say that and say that there's rewards for Dragon Stones, that means there's still Dragon Stones for you to grind in this game, right? So let's say I click on this one right here. Now these missions I'm slowly working towards every single day, but you do get Dragon Stones for completing this, so make sure you're aiming towards stuff like that, right? Let's say for the Vegeta event. Look at this. Clear phase 1 of Fighting Legend Vegeta. If I need Dragon Stones, I go to my missions, I see that, let me just beat stage 1 real quick, and boom, I get some Dragon Stones. So even though you feel like you've completed every single thing in this game, there could be some events that you haven't farmed up to its entirety that could still be giving you 1-2 Dragon Stones here and there, maybe 3 to 4, maybe some 10-15 Dragon Stones. You really never know. But again, if you feel like you've completed everything, I think this is definitely the best place to check where you can still farm up Dragon Stones. But again, in terms of story, in terms of missions, this is basically every single way currently in Dokkan to farm up Dragon Stones. I don't think I have missed out on anything specifically. If you guys think so, let me know in the comment section below. You guys can also click on recommended characters to the left here and see what you still need to grind, and this may also be a decent way for you to go ahead and farm some stones in case you haven't completed everything that's available here as well. So also just keep that in mind. But again, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this video was useful to you. Again, this is basically every single way we have as of right now, January 2022, to farm up some Dragon Stones. I will be making this video next year as well, because I'm pretty sure we will receive new ways to farm up Dragon Stones in Dokkan, so stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.